Alright everybody, Baron here and welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles. Let's go back to creative. Wait, what? Oh, my mouse. It's dragging. We're loading the Kingdom of Toast? Could it be the Burning Toast Empire? Burgerberg? Oh, great Scott! We're back! Oh, is this Alcatraz Island? This is Alcatraz Island. And this is Germania, the German colony with the little outskirts of the lowlands, aka Netherlands, is building a little fortress here. They've got this wide expanse. Oh, look! It's the French colony that has been destroyed twice and attacked like 5 times. But look at it growing and expanding in all of its beauty. Look at this. Is this Joan of Arc? Ah, it is Joan of Arc. Mon chéri, omelette du fromage. Je ne sais quoi. You know, the typical French things. And then we've got this beautiful land to the east. Could that be America? Could that be America? Oh, is this the south? Is this Mexico, the land of beauty and intrigue? But is the King of America gonna build the biggest wall of Trumptopia right here? Is that what's gonna happen? Oh my god, it's little Iceland. Look at this. It's all of our friends. And here is Greenlandia, aka the cursed colony. And then we've got, I don't know what that one is. I forgot what we called that one or what we're going to call that one. But guys, we're back. If you guys want this to get back to a weekly series, I'm expecting you guys pause the game. Everything must pause. For the French and everybody else. But if you guys want this to become a series, I want you guys to go ham on the responses. Let's get all those likes. Let's get all those comments saying, Baron, we need more. Not that you want more, but that you need it. That you need it in your life. And over here, oh, the Germans are like, oh, we've seen what... Wait, what's my German accent? 999! Yeah, we have seen what has happened to the French. So now we need to defend the fatherland. The Vikings are coming. Yeah, it's funny how, like, normally I need, like, 1 or 2 words to attempt my terrible accents. Yes, they're terrible, but that doesn't mean I can't attempt them. And we've got Lake Town over here on the outskirts of England. So basically, if you're new to the series, how this all began, let us go a little bit in review. Is we started out here. I chose this map because the starting land mass looked like England. How England flares out to the southwest here, kind of in what Cornwallia and Wales kind of a thing. And then it narrows, and then you've got the wild bits of Scotland up here. And then Ireland, which is normally like right here, was kind of the north, but we've named it Ironland because if you see, that's where all of our iron production is. And look at that, we've got a ton of it. From there, I believe we first expanded to the south, where we created what we called Francia, basically our French colony. So we've got France, and this could be, oh, I don't know, Luxembourg, which is still developing. And the statues are themed as such. We've got Charlemagne, the greatest emperor. And we also have Joan of Arc, the beautiful and ever opinionated and independent, because she don't need no man's help. And then, I believe our second colony was the Germans. We founded the German colony of Germania, and they allowed the Dutch to build here. They decided, hey, maybe we shall not, maybe we shall not take over you. That's a French too. See, I muddle my accents. And then, we created this colony up here of Greenlandia. And it was cursed for a while, and it has a very basic defense. And you know, we weren't really that interested in it, because then we decided to build what is currently Alcatraz. It was first a prison colony, even though there's no prison function in the game, and I really wish there was, because I swear there's been arsonists that have haunted my kingdom. And soon we're gonna turn it from a prison colony to a giant super fortress that is going to protect a lot of the inlets. See, it controls 2 straits directly, and it has pretty good coverage over potentially a 3rd strait. But eventually we want to have forts covering all of the inlets. The biggest one would be here. So that's why eventually we're going to need to take over Icelandia and America. But the French have been working on this fort because, unbeknownst to the English, they've decided we want to hold the majority of the income in the kingdom. So they've started putting up extra treasure rooms to hold thousands more gold than the English could. So the English, once their spies become aware of that, because, you know, there is a bit of rivalry amongst the kingdoms. The Germans and the French have had their kingdoms, and the French, after suffering through so much, 2 massive invasions that literally leveled the entire island twice, they have been able to rebuild. And they're feeling pretty mighty. And so they decided, oh, well, maybe we want to rival the grandeur of England themselves. But they will encounter an issue when it comes time to, you know, dealing with land issues. But they've decided to build a fort on their their eastern coast, rather. Anyway, so if you guys have any suggestions for how we should develop the cities and the kingdoms, because we are coming back into it. Look at this, 216 people. They're low on wood and on stone, and I believe that's probably because they're exporting stone and wood to Alcatraz, because they figure, hey, the bigger the super fortress is here, the bigger their north is protected, although their south is a little weak. But they might be able to kind of make an agreement with the French to kind of control this strait, because basically when Viking invasions come, they come via ship, and those things are nasty. So that's why the French kind of have been developing their defenses. They thought that the Vikings would only attack England, and needless to say, it was bad. Also, if you're a big fan of you know, English history, real English history, I've been playing Total War Saga Thrones of Britannia over on Facebook. I've been streaming it there. It's been so much fun. We've been playing as Scotland, or the Kingdom of Kirken, and we've been defeating our foes, both Welsh and Viking alike, and we're beginning to look very hungrily on the English kingdoms to the south. Anyway, so let's start her up. Alright, so I'm trying to think. Normally, 49 people, but 75 beds. Happiness could be a little bit better. What is the issue here? We don't have access to a well over here. Well, that needs to be fixed, so let's go ahead and give them a well. I'm thinking there could be one here, and then we'll put a house right here. Because we have plenty of beds. And look at that, the happiness went up immediately. How is the food situation? Let's click the food here. Plus 40 from last year, so food is balanced there. Here, we've got no charcoal. Where could we get some charcoal? So we've got this port here, and they've got a little port as well. They've got plenty of stone. I think that's where a lot of the German stone is going. We've got these kind of twin walls and defenses up here. Now I have to figure out what I want to do with this whole thing. Like, I can't... Can I build piers out anymore, or is this... No, that is not the extent. I can build 4 spaces. And this island, look at that. Ooh, is this new? Or is this just the first time I'm seeing it? No, see, because that is very interesting. That is very interesting. Let's see. How expensive are the piers again? Because I feel like building up a super fortress is kind of where we want to go. Yeah, we're limited on wood, but you can see there's a number of ships. At some point, I'm going to need to, probably off camera, preferably. Let's go ahead and hide happiness. I'm going to need to reroute all the ships and make sure that their manifests are in order. But you can see that Ireland has produced a rather productive port, and I believe that they're kind of giving a lot of... Let's see, actually. How do we have -7 stone? Like, what on earth is that? What? Look at this. We've got quarries. Are they even active? 2 out of 4, 4 out of 4, 0 out of 4, 0 out of 4. Alright, so let's try to man the ones we can. Actually, let's open that one, because that one's easier to see. We'll close that one. Because we need the stone, right? That's the issue. I think the low happiness has been causing... our peasants want a tavern and a church and a library. Wow. Hey, we've been over here in the Cursed Colony, and I reckon it's time for some beers. Well, then let's put that right in the middle of town here. We can't produce it. What are we gonna need? We're gonna need 14 stone. So the issue is, who's gonna give the stone to them? Oh, here we go. Look at this. This is a transport ship currently from... What do you mean, add dock? Oh, destination's the Iron Docks. Oh, it's from the Alcatraz docks to the Iron Docks? I guess that's a lot of resources. Alright, we're gonna need another ship that goes from these docks to these docks, but I'm not even sure. We have so many ships, but seeing as I don't have one there, it is time to build up a ship. Let's hover over here so this kingdom will pay for it. And let's build a ship right here, right in our Irish docks. Is that even an Irish accent, old boy? Or is that something else entirely? I don't know, because I'm American. And I'm not as well traveled as I'd like to say I am. I'm assuming that's not very Irish. Alright, but we're going to need defenses, which we cannot afford just yet because we're only at 5. We're going to need a tavern. Although, what are some of the other things? They wanted a library and a tavern. So the tavern's the cheapest one in terms of overall stone. So that'll, yeah, get the people. You got to give the people some drinks prior to giving them the Lord and the Bible. So I think what we're doing is we're expanding the castle this way. The German castle. So let's get back to that. We've got plenty of stone to do it. And we've got 43 idle people. If I put another gatehouse, would that give access to a building? I think it would. Now, what do I want to add? A tavern? Where's the front door for this? It's on the other side, so that wouldn't give access to it. But what would? I think I could fit... Yeah, the door. See what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to put something here with a door, and then it have its own gatehouse. So whatever's there needs to be really, really awesome, I think. Really, really cool. So, but if we can't find anything else that would fit in there, there's really only the cottage and the brewery. As far as people, we have plenty of people. We have 242. We have 272 beds. So I'm not sure what we want to put there. We need to defend it, obviously. Over here, we've got plenty of space, so what we're going to do is continue to build out the structure here. The boat pathfinding is still derpy. You can see these boats are currently trying to make more boats by rubbing up against each other, which is not the way we do things. But they don't... Oh, the merchants arrived! Oh, another thing is, every now and then, these merchants have, like, something special. They don't seem to have anything here. Alright, so they have arrived at Alcatraz, and we've got, about 2,000 gold here. So, let's see. Let's pause the game. Now, Alcatraz, you're gonna want a lot of wood. And we've got a lot of food coming in. Honestly, we should buy a little bit of everything. I'm gonna buy a nice 100 wood. I've got what? This is gonna be expensive, isn't it? Ooh, we did want charcoal. Charcoal. Because that'll keep the people happy. Do we have a giant stockpile? I don't even know if we have a giant stockpile in town. We have a little one. This is gonna be very tight space to fit everything on here. So we're gonna have to be very concise. And we're gonna want, do we want iron or do we want tools? I think we're gonna want tools. Let's go with 40 tools. 15, so we're basically emptying the treasury for Alcatraz, but that seems fine with me. The kingdom is back, boys. The kingdom is back! Oh my gosh. I realize how much I've missed this game. Where's all of our stone going? See, that's the thing. It's been so long, and there's been enough updates where every now and then ships just derp out. Like, some of these ships are literally just not doing anything, so maybe before we make new ones, pick up. You're picking up at the Dutch docks. Let's drop this. We shall increase the well coverage. Now eventually, now that the food's kind of moving out of town, we can get rid of these orchards and find some room to build other things. That's the interesting thing. You know, there's that whole overplayed axiom of like, oh, it's the German efficiency. Even when you look at WW2's, them American efficiency and the Soviet efficiencies, what's won the wars. But there wasn't a lot of planning. Because you can see the way the roads are, they're very inefficient. Like right now, there's only one road that goes, I guess, what is that? West to east along the kingdom. Especially here in this midpoint is this one, and then it breaks and then it clusters. So it's not a very well planned out kingdom from the beginning, which is funny because, you know, wait, why churches and libraries are too crowded, let's try building more. Well, that's a hospital. Where are we gonna put these things? We're gonna have to we're gonna have to make a suburb. We're gonna have to annex this land from the woodcutteries and make it that. Now, this is going to be a castle. Now, how's Alcatraz doing? Alcatraz has a ton of stone. Let's fill in all the available area. have everybody working on that. And then there's just this stuff at the beginning of the port. And honestly, this is pretty well... This is on its way, and they're getting plenty of food brought in. And right now I don't even have... Oh no, I do have a granary. Okay. I do have one granary. Now how's Greenland? So this is basically just kind of catching up on everything. We're low on stone production. Do we not have any... We have no native stone. No, what am I talking about? 58 happiness. 3 idle people. Well, let's get them working on stone. Priorities could be a thing. It's funny, man. We're gonna have to balance all this. Oh, this is gonna be nice. It's gonna be a very narrow channel that's gonna be built up. But this thing is going to seriously defend the almost entire northeast, or a significant portion of it. Whoa, what's that color? I thought that was like some weird blue proto-molecule. Yeah, I've been watching Expanse a lot lately, which has been getting me wanting to play Kerbal Space Program a lot. We haven't seen a Viking incursion in quite a while, which is a blessing. How are the French doing? We've kind of overlooked them this episode. Wish for the day. Oh yes, your southern fortress must be constructed. We're gonna expand that. We're gonna build a nice little fort here. That should help protect against Vikings. Oh, I could put a treasury here too. I could sneak one in. Or I could try to put a library. I'm gonna try to put a library. Because it's on the town square. To get to it's kind of tricky. But whatever. It's the library by the well. It is what it is, mates. As far as where we can get more building area, I could try to build here. Because it's on the protected side of the kingdom, or more protected. You're closer to the English defenses. But yeah, there's definitely, if I was the Vikings and I had to invade, I would invade this way, right near Charlemagne, and I would taunt him a second time. Charlemagne, your mother was a hamster, and your father smelled of elderberry. And, you know, then he would, maybe the French would give up. I don't know. I don't really know. Well, you know, how they do it. I don't know how they wish for the day. I don't even know what that means. I just remember seeing, like, The Matrix, the second one, and the Merovingian, or the guy, like, at the Merovingian's, like, restaurant was like, oh, wish for the day. And I don't know what that means, so, but it always stuck with me. The most random quotes usually do, like Lord of the Rings, like, a shortcut to what? Mushrooms! Alright, this needs defenses, boys. We've got 22 idle people. They've mostly been spent on building. We've got a plenty of bit of charcoal now. Alright, how did I want to do this? We're gonna first do the defenses on the outside. We'll do that. One peasant died of the plague, my lord. Speaking of the plague, do we have, what do you need? Our churches and libraries are too crowded. Try building more. This, my friends, is the perfect spot. -7. Wow, really? Even with all these farms? That is hard to believe. It is hard to imagine. Do we want to put another orchard there? We're gonna need to really make this efficient. That is not what I wanted. Ah, it's too far from the roads over there. Man, balancing everything's gonna be tough, but I know that we're probably gonna have... Let's see. I'm gonna have to move these down more, so we're gonna have to build a lumberjacking road, because we're gonna have to... well, basically, it's not necessarily an annex, per se. Even though the Dutch are like, we are own people, give us a castle. Why do you speak like the French? Why does everybody have a French accent, Baron? That's a great question. How big do I want this castle to be? How big can I make it? Oh wow, and out of stone just like that. But at least they can get over here via the drawbridge now, which is nice. And look at that, I'm grabbing all that stone. Easy peasy, boys. Look, what? Pick up 50 food from the Dutch docks. Do we even have food here? No, maybe giving, and we're sending it to Alcatraz? Let's drop this to 20. Maybe that would be better. Now we gotta check the Dutch docks and say, let's go with 200. Maybe that's a little easier to manage, to hold here. Because that's a relatively short distance. Are we getting our wood? If you're coming from Greenland, is Greenland full of trees? Yes, it is. I think it'd be cool if there was like a more automatic way of doing it. Bringing the kingdom back is always a good thing, but shortage on wood here, this is gonna be a very strange fort. I'm not yet decided how we want to do it. I've almost thought about, what kingdom should own this? What should we name this one? I was thinking like Norway, maybe. It could be our we could try to theme it like Vikings, which, by the way, I really think the developers, it'd be really cool if they open up kind of Steam Workshop or mod support, and even if it's just reskinning things or adding a few units, like that'd be really cool. Okay, speaking of which, let's go to town, and let's do this before the trees regrow, because basically we're going to start shutting these down. Wouldn't it be cool if we make one kingdom the entire, like, this is what I wanted to do, is make separate ecosystems, and like, I wanted to have like one place just do all the charcoal for everybody else. I thought that would be cool. So the Germans need statues too. Where are we gonna put the German statues? So now we can dismantle these, and we can move charcoal production maybe like further down here. Industry, charcoal production, my lord. All right, so now we can close this one. And now we've got to figure out, we've got to chop all this, which will give us a huge influx of wood. The great deforestation, boys, look at this. So look at all these trees that have to go down in order for us to be able to expand out. Now actually, where's this guy's coverage? Oh, perfect. Now I'm wondering, how do we plan this out? Let's delete that for now. And this gives us access to all this, huh? Wow, that's perfect. That line. Are we out? We're out of stone, which is crazy. The merchants arrived! When am I gonna get these upgrades? I think it's the 3rd tab, but I know I've missed it in the past. What do we need here? We could sell a lot of things. We could sell a lot of stone, but they don't want any of it. So we'll do the maximum of what they want. We got, well, do I want to sell food? Now you want 100? We made 100 bucks. Not the best. That merchant, which I would like to acquire and turn into a warship. All right, guys, so the question is, should we land in America next? Should we land in Norway, or should we land in Iceland? We've got 3 more unclaimed colonies. We still have tons of work to do in the colonies that we do have. So, you know, there's definitely plenty of work to be done. And some areas, the building is so slow going. We've got the Dutch fortress going on over here. Let's observe. All right, we've got the Dutch fortress, then we have the French Eastern fortress being built to defend the channel. The English are just like, we're just rolling in it, man. We don't know what to do. If you can come up with an English project for me to do, that would be sweet. Maybe expanding, like, it'd be cool to try to see if we can make this a 1,000-person colony. But anyway, guys, I'm thinking we've done pretty good. The kingdom is glorious. And if you guys want this to come back, be like a weekly series, I think, because I'm pretty sure that there's still more plans. I could even alternate, maybe like every other week, and then do like the creative mode battles as well. Anyway, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.